Microaggressions are subtle, often unintentional slights that manifest in everyday interactions, casting an unsettling shadow over our social landscapes. These verbal or nonverbal incidents can be as innocuous as a misplaced compliment or as striking as a dismissive remark, yet they hold the power to undermine an individual's sense of worth based on race, gender, or sexual orientation. The cumulative effect of these interactions reinforces existing power dynamics, creating an environment where dignity is often compromised, urging us to confront the underlying biases ingrained within our societal fabric. In the journey of faith, many Christians perceive microaggressions as violations of God's command to love one's neighbor unconditionally. This theological perspective emphasizes the inherent value of every individual, encouraging believers to view others through a lens of compassion and respect. However, the delicate balance between promoting unity and acknowledging individuality can lead to tension within faith communities. While Christians strive to embody harmony and forgiveness, recognizing the reality of microaggressions can feel discordant, highlighting the necessity of addressing such instances without fostering divisiveness. The necessity of confronting microaggressions aligns with the Christian call for justice and inclusivity. Advocates argue that addressing these subtle forms of disrespect is a manifestation of love, as it seeks to uplift those who are oppressed or marginalized. The aim is rooted in compassion, urging individuals to recognize the impact of their words and actions. A crucial aspect of this conversation is the distinction between intent and impact. Does a well-meaning comment mitigate the harm caused? This dilemma challenges us to critically evaluate both the context of interactions and the genuine experiences of those affected, urging us toward a deeper understanding of what it means to act in love. The contrasting frameworks of divine justice and microaggressions prompt a dialogue about the nuances of human relationships. In conclusion, navigating the interplay between the teachings of God and the realities of microaggressions requires grace and discernment. While God embodies the ideals of ultimate love and justice, the subtle manifestations of bias indicate the urgent need for awareness and empathy in our daily lives. It is through this delicate dance of understanding individual experiences and cultural contexts that we can aspire toward a community grounded in love, justice, and unity, where every person feels seen, honored, and valued. Microaggressions often creep into our everyday interactions, manifesting in subtle ways that may go unnoticed. One common form is the insistence on correcting an individual's pronunciation of words based on personal linguistic preferences, heavily influenced by one's culture or country of origin. This seemingly benign act can unravel deeper issues about power dynamics and cultural superiority, shedding light on an unconscious need to control the narrative of language. The act of correcting someone's pronunciation is frequently couched in intentions of clarity or education. However, it can inadvertently reflect a dismissive attitude towards the speaker's background. For individuals who navigate multiple cultural landscapes, the insistence on a particular pronunciation can create an uncomfortable tension, an internal conflict between pride in one's own linguistic heritage and the pressure to conform to external standards. This highlights a crucial aspect of microaggressions, the impact they have on self-identity and the validation of one's cultural experience. Moreover, the conscious or unconscious use of sarcasm often emerges as a defense mechanism, wielded to reinforce authority in conversations about language. When one person's pronunciation is met with a sarcastic remark, it may signal a perceived superiority, with the speaker aiming to assert control over the discourse. This sarcasm can mask deeper insecurities and a desire to highlight perceived inadequacies in others. The social implications of such interactions are profound, potentially fostering environments of alienation and discomfort. Navigating language is inherently political, intertwined with nuances that reflect historical and social contexts. Understanding microaggressions, particularly in the realm of pronunciation, compels us to evaluate our biases critically. The next time you feel the urge to correct someone, pause for a moment. What are your motivations? Are they rooted in a genuine desire for understanding or a subtle assertion of your own cultural dominance? By fostering a dialogue that embraces linguistic diversity, we create more inclusive spaces where every voice feels valued. Recognizing and addressing our tendencies towards microaggressions not only evolves our interpersonal communications but enriches our collective experience, paving the way for a society that celebrates, rather than stifles, the myriad ways we express ourselves. Ultimately, the way we choose to navigate pronunciation reflects broader societal attitudes towards race, culture, and identity. By approaching these interactions with empathy and openness, we can dismantle the unconscious behaviors that uphold systemic inequities. Language should be a bridge that connects us rather than a barrier that breeds division, calling us to embrace our differences while finding common ground. Therefore, becoming aware of our linguistic biases is a foundational step toward cultivating a more equitable world.
Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment.